So this is about the basics, and there are three really basic marks that you need to be able to make with accuracy and precision each and every time. So one of them is to take your drawing tool and push it away, and it's a slide and a stop, and a slide and a stop. Because I'm right-handed, I go from the lower left to the upper right. I suppose if I were left-handed, I'd be going from the lower right to the upper left. But notice this, just by changing the direction of the paper, I can appear to go from lower right to upper left. You can go any direction you wish to, just change the direction of the paper. It is a slide and a complete stop, a slide and a complete stop, a slide and a complete stop. It's done on a very regular basis. 1, 2, 3, 4, very rhythmic. And so that's important. These are called parallel straights because they run straight and they are also parallel to each other. Now that's an important mark. We'll call that basic skill number 1. Basic skill number 2 is you being able to move your whole arm. Now, this is movement through the elbow and the shoulder. The fingers are moving, but they're only going along for the ride. They're not really flexing at all. If you notice, my left hand, which is my free hand, my non-dominant hand, is holding tight to the paper, pinning it down to the table surface, and also positioning the paper in a way to allow my right hand, my dominant hand, to do what it needs to do. So this is basic mark number 2. Unlike straight lines where you draw the line once and stop and lift, with these ovals and circles that I'm practicing right now, the pencil or the marker can stay in contact with the paper for a prolonged period of time while you go around and around and around. I only stop in order to reposition the paper. I lift, I reposition the pencil after I reposition the paper, and I continue on with my second basic skill. The third and final basic skill is to draw very, very lightly and evenly with your pencil. The pressure on the end of the pencil is the same from start to finish. Now that's an important skill, but we're going to add to that here in just a moment. That's important. What I'm going to do now is press a little harder and then gradually release the pressure so I go dark to light. Press a little harder, gradually release so I go a little light. So in doing so, in going back and repeating and repeating and repeating, what I wind up with is the darkest color I can get out of this particular purple pencil, plus the lightest, which is basically the white of the paper. And in between light and dark, we have lots and lots of different values. Value refers to how light or dark the color is. Lots of different values of the same color, purple, and together this is called a range, R-A-N-G-E, like a range of musical notes. Now this is really an important skill. This is your third basic skill to practice, and this is so important because we use it for shading to give objects a sense of being three-dimensional. These three skills, something you should practice all the time and be very comfortable at doing. Now, you try.